Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to your Monday. Eric and Evan starting things off for you here. We do want to get a check on your forecast. The first full week for many people after the holidays and everything. Kids going back to school. What can we expect?
Kids going back. Well, hey, last week we were contending with a lot of fog. We start off this week with none of it out along the coastline. Hasn't allowed for much of a cool down in terms of our overnight lows. We're actually still very mild, and we can soon thank the offshore Santa Ana winds for that. Today we're looking at temperatures making their way from the 50s to the 60s along the coastline. There's a chance that we hit the low 70s out there, but inland will easily make it into the 70s, in some cases the mid 70s. Coming up, we'll talk about this high wind watch that is hinting at an uptick in those wind speeds and wind gusts for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In the meantime, let's get to some of your top headlines. Today is the final day in office for County Supervisor Nora Vargas. She abruptly resigned, citing personal safety and security reasons.
CBS 8's Regina Yarita is live at the County Administration Building with more from the leaders already lining up to replace her. Regina?
Yeah, that's correct. And this comes just 2 months after re-election. And now Chairwoman Nora Vargas surprisingly says she wants out. She cited security and safety reasons for that recent decision. Today, the County Board of Supervisors will hold a swearing-in ceremony. She would have potentially been sworn in because of re-election, but now the conversation is turning to this vacant seat. The County Board of Supervisors, District 1, represents 631,000 people in much of San Diego South County. It includes Chula Vista, San Isidro, Otay Mesa, Imperial Beach, and 5 unincorporated communities like Bonita and Barrio Logan. The question that many constituents are wondering is whether another special election could take place that could require the county to spend millions of tax-paying dollars. Taxpayers recently spent $4.8 million on a special election after Nathan Fletcher resigned following sexual misconduct allegations. Having the County Board of Supervisors appoint someone to the seat also seems challenging. The board is currently split down party lines, but there are several local leaders who seem to be already vying for this seat. From Chula Vista Council member Carolina Chavez and Chula Vista Mayor John McCann, who are interested in representing District 1. And there's also San Diego City Council member Vivian Moreno, who also wants the job, and Imperial Beach Mayor Paloma Aguirre. We caught up with both women who tell us one of their biggest priority is stopping the sewage flowing in from Mexico. Take a listen.
Say it's not the only environmental issue that District 1 has, right? We have National City and its relationship to the port. It has to be mutually beneficial. We have Choyes Creek.
Just today, we learned there's a 30,000 gallon sewage spill that's happening right now as we're speaking at Hollister Pump Station because the pumps are inadequate.
And if there is a special election, voters will head back to the polls early as April, but nothing has been discussed or decided just yet. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Regina, for staying on top of that. One man is dead after a shooting in Lincoln Park. This happened yesterday morning on Willie James Jones Avenue near Imperial Avenue. Police say the victim, a 19-year-old man, was shot in the abdomen. Medics rushed him to the hospital, but he did not survive his injuries. Investigators say 2 suspects were last seen running south toward Imperial Avenue. You're asked to call police if you have any additional information. Also, the man found guilty of murdering a Cathedral Catholic high school teacher will be sentenced today. Jesse Alvarez was convicted of shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend's fiance, Mario Fierro, back in 2021. Alvarez claimed it was self-defense, but evidence included internet searches he made, like how to kill your ex's fiance and how to kill someone with a handgun. Alvarez faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. His attorney previously said they plan to appeal that decision.
And this morning, local military bases are stepping up security after the attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas.
CBS 8's Chris Groh is live at Naval Base San Diego. He has more on those increased security measures. Chris?
Yeah, good morning. And so, again, if you are going to be visiting one of our many local bases, there is a good chance that you are going to be experiencing longer lines. We're working to see who will be announcing increased security measures. We know that Naval Base San Diego is one of them. And what they have said that they will be doing is going ahead and getting rid of, I should say, a previous policy that was in place. And what they are doing now is that they will be checking all of those who enter a 100% hands-on ID card check, meaning that sentries and guards at the gates will be taking your ID, going ahead and doing the thorough checks. Now, this also means that foreign nationals will not be permitted to be escorted on bases unless they have undergone a necessary and heavy vetting process at the Naval Base Control Center. So we expect to see these changes put in place here in the near future, but it's not clear when they will expire. We also know that Camp Pendleton up in Oceanside also putting similar measures in check. They will be checking 100% of all IDs, but also Camp Pendleton is saying we'll be conducting random inspections as well. So this could lead to very long lines. So if you drive through the areas in which these bases are located, you could expect heavier traffic. Now, I do want to read to you a statement that is from NORTHCOM. That is the U.S. Northern Command that includes all of these bases, these military installations. It says, quote, due to the recent attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas, U.S. Northern Command directed increased force protection measures at installations, facilities, and units within the U.S. NORTHCOM area of responsibility, which includes the continental U.S. and Alaska. This is a prudent measure to ensure the safety and security of our installations and personnel. This may have the potential to cause delays or personnel or visitors entering the installation. So the best thing that you can do is to be ready, especially when going on base. Make sure that you have your ID when you get in line. And if you're driving near these bases, expect some increased traffic. Eric and Evan.
Chris, thank you for staying on top of that. And also this morning, we're getting a new look at new video from the point of view of the New Orleans attack suspect. Investigators say he used Meta smart glasses with embedded cameras to record the videos you're seeing here of Bourbon Street and plot his attack. The FBI says security video also shows him planting multiple improvised explosive devices, but those never detonated. 14 people on New Year's Day died after the attacker drove a truck into a packed crowd. President Biden will visit the city today as Louisiana begins a period of mourning.
New this morning, Pope Francis just named Cardinal Robert McElroy from San Diego as Archbishop of Washington. The 70-year-old has supported LGBTQ youth and has questioned why abortion is a bigger priority for the U.S. Bishops' Conference instead of racism, poverty, immigration, and climate change. The ideological progressive will now head the church in the nation's capital as President-elect Trump takes office. The Catholic Diocese of San Diego says McElroy will begin in March, and the new bishop will be appointed for San Diego. This morning, Canadian media outlets are reporting Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to resign as early as today. It comes as polls show his Liberal Party will lose to the opposition Conservative Party in their October election. Trudeau faces several crises, including President-elect Trump's tariff threats. Today, Congress will certify the 2024 presidential election results. It comes 4 years after the January 6th insurrection, when a mob of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to prevent certification of President Biden's win. Capitol security will be tight today. Vice President Kamala Harris will preside over the certification just months after losing the election. Harris and Biden have promised a peaceful transition of power. Taking a peek outside here, another dry week in store here, sounds like, Evan.
Yeah, it really does not show any signs of letting up here across San Diego County. October, November, December, we've talked about very dry months. January so far dry, and it looks like when we look from now, right now, the first full week of January, all the way through the next 7 to 10 days, there's still no indication of any wet weather in our forecast. Instead, we're watching for another Santa Ana wind event taking place, especially across our inland valleys and our mountains. That high wind watch will be in effect from 7 p.m. tomorrow through 4 a.m. on Thursday. This means that beginning today, winds are going to pick up. They'll be most intense Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they'll die down Thursday. It's going to lead to a week of offshore winds, essentially. Today through Thursday, those temperatures staying in the 70s across our inland valleys. It's not just us in San Diego. Those winds are going to be offshore for virtually the entirety of Southern California and really the southwestern U.S. with that high wind warning and, high wind watch for now all the way through southern Nevada. It will be upgraded to a warning as those winds become a bit more imminent. Outside right now, temperatures are mostly in the 40s and 50s. We are at 44 degrees in Santee, 48 in Carlsbad, and 50 in Chula Vista. Notice the big difference that we have this morning compared to past mornings is no fog. So that fog was a huge issue, especially out at San Diego International over the course of last week. Huge holiday travel week. This week, we started off with clear skies, and those offshore winds are going to help to keep those clouds off the shore, leading to a gorgeous sunrise out there that'll take place at 6:52, but already We're watching for some of those beautiful yellow and orange tones to kind of beam in. Sunset not coming until 4:58 p.m. So overall, a pretty fantastic day out there in the 70s out along the coast and inland. Watch for a warmer day across the mountains and deserts. Those temps will cool down as those winds shift. Let's look outside as far as your drive times go. So far, it's been a quiet start to the morning out there, still staying quiet. On the 805 northbound, 94 westbound, and 5 southbound. You got plenty of green there, showing low volume on the commute as you head out the door this morning. Also want to take a look at your border wait times right now, where things are also all right. We've seen it worse, and last week especially, there were days where things were upwards of 120, even 150 minutes. San Ysidro Port of Entry, going to take you about 90 minutes, an hour and a half in total. Otay Mesa, about the same, 90 minutes in total. Eric?